Welcome to Valencia, Spain, famous for the Valencia oranges. Porsche has brought us here to test drive this, the 8th generation of the 911. The all-new Porsche 911, codenamed the 992, will initially be sold as a Carrera S and a Carrera 4S. Soon the Cabriolet will be released, then a base Carrera, probably next year. The good news for fans of the Carrera wide-body S cars is that all new models will feature this wider stance. In addition, Porsche has not only made the rear wheels wider than the front wheels, which was the case in previous models, they've gone one step farther and made the rear wheels bigger by 1 inch. Along with the wide stance of this new 911, it just looks proportionally the best-looking 911 we've seen in over 20 years. The front features standard LED headlamps, a wide air opening with active front aero. The rear has been accentuated with a wide black section along the bottom of the car that showcases the exhaust and license plate. These two features, front and back, really anchors the design to make this really such a beautiful machine. The new Porsche 911 is a really stunning looking car, but it's for the privileged few. It starts at $130,000 for the base S model, but there will be a less expensive Carrera model coming soon. Well, Porsche has certainly done a good job of melding traditional and modern into this new 911. Very traditional layout in the cabin, but modern features like a screen in the center that's over 10 inches. And this is the latest technology we saw in Panamera Cayenne, and now it's in this car. And the way they've integrated it into the dashboard is kind of reminiscent of older cars that had a very flat dash, and you see that here. Now, speaking of screens, there's screens on either side of the analog tachometer, and one of them even has the ability to have the night vision camera project the image onto the screen. Below the center screen is the part of the car that some people are going to love or hate. It's the glass panels. We saw this also in Cayenne and Panamera. It shows a lot of fingerprints and dust, but it certainly is clean and has a flowing line from that screen into the center console. But the rest of the interior is exactly what you expect from Porsche and from Carrera. Comfortable seats, 2 seats in the back for smaller children. The materials are first rate. It's a great combination of traditional and modern for 2020. So the new 911, codenamed 992, has 30 more horsepower at 443, and torque is 390. The power-to-weight ratio is the best of any 911 they've ever made. In fact, this car will do a run to 60 miles an hour in just 3.4 seconds. Now, here's something I want you to think about. The 997, 2 generations ago, their top model was called Turbo S. That could do a run to 60 miles an hour in 3.2 seconds. So this car is as capable, for example, as the previous generation of Turbo S. That's pretty incredible. It's available with a C4S or a C2S, meaning just rear-wheel drive. Much wider track now, but it also delivers a much better driving experience. Sometimes the older 911s, you could get the feeling that they kind of understeered in the corners. So much more confident now. The suspension has been updated as well to sample the road and change the suspension up to 100 times per second. So our day is just beginning here in Valencia. The next stop, taking the new 911 on the track. Now, I've mentioned all the changes, the bigger tires, the wider track, and the improvements to the engine. So let's see how it all does on the racetrack. So the fastest lap at this course was set by a guy you might have heard of, Mark Webber. Yeah, he was here doing the fastest lap. This is a beautiful race course. This is a motorcycle track, so it's so smooth. That wider track and those tires make all the difference in the world. This is, you know, the one thing about Porsche is they have world-class instructors come to show you around. And I gotta tell you, driving on a racetrack with a pro driver that you just follow is so much easier. Way less understeer. Way less understeer than before. And the power delivery, 7,500 RPM. That is fantastic. Can you hear that? Big left-hander, Left-hander, downhill, hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. Late apex, turning on to the front straight. And away we go, all the way down the front straight. Let's see how fast we go. 226 on that lap. That's pretty quick. 226 kilometers an hour. This car is beautiful, my goodness. Porsche has done an amazing job keeping the overall shape of this car the same, but layering on so many layers of technology, whether it's electronics, engine technology, and comfort. This is a car you could drive to the office and back every single day, take it to the track on the weekend, and fully enjoy it. So capable, so beautiful, and only a select few are so lucky to actually own one. Hopefully it's you.